Hello, I'm Brandy Weaver with Darlington County First Steps Countdown to Kindergarten to go over the last visit that we do with the Countdown to Kindergarten program. The last visit is the classroom visit. Ideally, you would want to meet with the parent and the child in your classroom. This is the time for them to become familiar with the surroundings that they're going to be in whenever they do start school. But because of certain schedules of the custodians, principals, the school district, whatnot, sometimes it's impossible to get to the classrooms. So sometimes we have to make other accommodations, whether it be the cafeteria, the library, the gym, could even be outside, even though it's hot, you might meet on the playground. Whatever you decide to do with the parents, depending on the schedule that you can make. But if you do have the luxury of meeting in your classroom, it's a great thing. Go ahead and get your classroom ready, and the parent and the child can come in and kind of see what the school day is going to be like. Makes them feel a lot more comfortable. They get over all that anxiety that they have the first day of school. What we do is we start off with, or I do whenever I meet with them, the last visit. They also get this book, Miss Kindergarten Gets Ready for Kindergarten. And this book goes through the letters of the alphabet with animal characters, each one having a name from A to Z. And Miss Kindergarten is the dog. And she's setting up her classroom and is showing what she does to get ready for kindergarten as the children in the story get ready to go to kindergarten. So what we've done in my classrooms in the past is we just kind of compared like what they're doing in the story to our own classroom. So at the very end of the story, we look at her classroom and say, okay, let's see if we can find the calendar. Let's see if we can find the letters in our classroom. Let's see where we can find numbers. Do you see the clock? Do you see where we have the blocks? Those kinds of things, the art center, so that they can just become familiar with what's in the classroom. Now, again, if you don't have the luxury of meeting in your classroom and you need to meet somewhere else, you can still use this book to talk about what your classroom is going to look like with the child and with the parent. So after we read it, we just kind of have a discussion time and just talk about, things that that we might want to discuss before school starts. Maybe some things they're afraid of, any questions that they may have. And then I usually take them on a little tour of the school. We go around and we see where the cafeteria may be, the office if they don't know, the library, the nurse's office, where the restrooms are. Again, the cafeteria, the playground, just different things that they would need to know. If they're a bus rider, where they would be coming in at, where they would leave from. If they're a car rider, where they would be coming at and leaving from. Just getting those things out of the way so that the child feels more comfortable whenever school does officially start. I have done it before during registration time, which was a good time because then the parent could come at one time. They could register for school. They could also see the classroom and the school itself at that time. A lot of times now school districts have registration that's online, so that may not fit into your schedule. But what we do is we just go around and we just talk about the different aspects of the school, the different things that the child may need to know, answer any questions that they have. And I usually have something special for the child that day, some kind of treat that I give them, something to take home with them. So at the end, they have this toolkit full of materials at home. And these things are things that we will use in the kindergarten classroom. The puzzle, the Unifix cubes, the scissors, the crayons, the glue, the Play-Doh, many of the books. We start the year off reading this book. And the child feels so comfortable whenever they're in the classroom with you and they can say, oh, I have that at home. Remember when you brought this to my house? They just have a sense of belonging with all of the materials that they have in their book bag. And many times this is the book bag that they'll use. They won't bring the materials back to school, but they'll use this book bag throughout the course of the year because they're kind of attached to it and they're proud that they have that book bag. It is just really a great, great program. You make so many lifelong connections with the children and with the parents. I've done this for over 20 years, and I have never had an experience that didn't really mean something to me. It helps me with the parent involvement as a teacher. The parents feel more comfortable with you. They already know you outside of school. They feel safe with their child being with you all day. The children have that connection with you. Most of the time, that's not a discipline problem in your classroom. And if there are situations that happen, the parent feels comfortable with you calling them because you've already established that relationship with them. They trust you. They believe you. They know that you have the child's best interests at heart. So it helps you in so many different aspects in the classroom. It helps the child academically get ready. It helps the child socially get ready. It helps the child with the relationship that you and the child have. And it helps the parent with the relationship that you have with the parent. Along with, they just get these great, great materials. Again, the parents get a handout. It shows them good characteristics of a kindergarten classroom, things that they should look for throughout the school year to help them make sure that their child is in the right environment that they should be in. So they leave the lesson with their last handout. And if they have little brothers, little sisters, this is just information that they can keep and pass along right through the rest of the children that they have. And many times, when the sibling gets ready to come through school, they're going to want you to do the program with that child as well. So the things that the children and the teacher and the child benefit from this program are just endless. It's really a great program, and I'm very proud to be a part of it. If you have any questions about Countdown to Kindergarten program, please reach out to Darlington County First Steps office. Any questions can be answered. Again, my name is Brandy Weaver. If you'd like to get in touch with me, you can leave your name and number, and I'd be glad to get back in touch with you. Thank you for your time. Goodbye.